Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So we have a very exciting news that we are launching a new syllabus for data science using Python. Okay, and in this video, we are going to dive into the basics with operators in Python. So now, let's say what are operators? So operators are the special symbols that help in carrying out an assignment operation or arithmetic or logical computations. Okay. Now, there are many types of operators, such as arithmetic operators, which are used for mathematical computations. Then there is comparison operators for making logical comparisons. Then there is logical operators for combining multiple conditions. Okay, so we'll see all of them one by one. So in this video, we'll see uh, the different types of operators, precedence of operators. Okay, now there is one more topic, that what are operands? So operands are the value that the operator operates on is called operand. Means where we means the values between which we apply our operator to perform an operation. So that is known as operands. Let's start with the types of operator in Python. So these are some few types of operators. Mostly in Python there are 7 types of operator. First one is arithmetic, assignment, comparison, logical, membership, identity, and bitwise. Okay. Now let's start with the arithmetical operators. So now in arithmetical operators, we have plus, minus, multiplication, division, ampersand, no, or modulus, floor division, exponential. So these are some few arithmetic operators which are used for our mathematical computations. Okay. Now let's see the hierarchy of these arithmetic operators. So this is the hierarchy of the arithmetical operators, which is in decreasing order of precedence. That first it will give uh, precedence to the parenthesis, then exponent, then division, then multiplication, and then addition and subtraction. Okay. So let's do what? Let's check each of them. Okay, and how we can use them. So suppose uh, we have two value with us, a equals 5, 6. Okay, so now it will give you -1. So these are the simples plus minus multiplication, and this one is division. So let's say in division we'll do, okay. Now from here, there is when we want the remainder. Okay, this division value gives you the question. Now when you want a remainder, then you can use the modulus sign, so you will get the remainder. Then when you want the floor division, means when we want an output in integer value, okay, we don't want the output in the floats. Suppose in this you can see in the normal division what happened, we got the output in 1.5, but okay, sorry, 1.2, but when we want the exact integer value, then we can do float division. So for the float division, the operator is double the division sign, okay. So now it will give you 1, and then at last there is the exponential operator. Now this operator is used to give power. So suppose we want to give on 6, we want the power to be 5. So what we did, we wrote the b, then the exponential operator, and then a. So now on this b, this a is its power. So the value will be this much. So what we can do, we can change it to suppose some normal value so that it will be easy for you. Yeah, 2 exponential operator 2, it means 2 to the power 2. So now you will get 4. So these were the arithmetical operators. Okay. Now let's check the precedence of it. Okay. So let's say we have a. In this a, we want to perform an calculation that 7 minus 2, then multiplied, then inside the parenthesis 27 divided 3 exponential operator 2, and then plus 4. Okay. Now let's print a and let's check the value. The value is 5. See, first reference is given to the parenthesis. So inside the parenthesis, all the calculation will be done. After that, there is exponent. So first, this exponential thing will happen. So 3 to the power 2. So now it will be 9. So 9, then after there is division. So 27 will get divided with 9. So the value will be 3. Okay. 3, and then after there is, after division, multiplication as the precedence. So 3 is the resultant output of this parenthesis. Now 3 will get multiplied with this 2, so it will be 6. Okay. Now after 6, minus has the precedence after plus, before plus. So then minus 6 will happen with 7. So the value will be 1, and then 1 plus 4 will be 5. So our resultant output was 5. Okay. Now let's check the next operator, that is assignment operator. So in the assignment operator, we have our most common operator, which is the equal one, which is used to assign values. Then there is plus equals, minus equals, multiplication equal, and division equal. So these are the most common assignment operators which are used. Okay. Now a equals 5. What we did here, using the assignment operator, we just assign 5 to our variable a. Can we do the opposite of that? No, it will throw you an syntax error. Why this is? Because when you are using the assignment operator, the variable should be always in the left side of the operator, and the value which we want to assign to our variable will always be in the right side of the operator. Okay. So now this is correct. Now let's see the plus equals operator. So I want to do plus equals. Uh, let's take one more value, that is b equals 2. So a plus equals b, and now let's just print a. So what happened here? We added 2 in our a. So this is similar to this. Means on the value a, we just added b and then stored that particular new value in a only. So you can write this thing like this: a equals a plus b. So this is the same thing which we have done here using this operator. Okay. Means on the a, we are just adding a plus b and storing the value in A only. Okay. Now, uh, A minus equals B, and then let's just print A. So we'll get 5 because same thing is happening. Earlier it was 7, then minus 2 happened. Okay. 5. So these were the assignment operators which are most frequently used. Okay. Now let's just check our new operator, that is comparison. So in the comparison operators, we have less than, then less than equals, then then greater than equals, and then at last there is this equal operator, okay, which is used to check equal between two operands, or you can say between two variables, values. So let's see the use of them. So x equals 5 will take two operators, x equals 5 and y equals 7. So these are the two variables which we have taken. Now, using the print function, we'll check each of them. So now we'll check for less than. So x less than y. Now, one more thing is there. Whenever we are using the comparison operator, it will give you, means it will return you a Boolean value. Okay. So whenever if it is equal or whenever the condition is satisfied, then it will return a Boolean value between true and false. So let's check now what is it returning. So now x less than y. So yes, it is true because x is 5 and y is 7. So it returns true to us. But when we'll change the values that x greater than y, then it will return false. Okay. Now one more thing is there that if I'll change the value of x to 7 and y is also 7, so now x less than y. So if we'll check this, so again it will give you false because x is now equal to y. So if you're getting this type of condition or situation, then you have to use this equal operator. Okay. So now it will check you for the less than also, and it will check for equal also. So if the values are same, then also it's going to be true. And if the value is less also, then also it will give you true. Then see, if it is 6 also, then also it is giving true. And if it is 7, then also it is giving you true. The same thing you can do with the uh, greater than operator. So let's make x 17. So now this will give you true, and let's make y also 17. So again, it will give you true. Okay. Then if you want to check for the equal, so then there is x equals y. So it will only check for the equal. If the value has changed, then it will give you false. Now let's come to the next operator, that is logical operator. So in the logical operators, we have the logical and or, and then there is one not operator. Okay. So these are the logical operators. Now let's see the use of them. So first of all, the logical operators are used when operands are conditional statements. Okay. So now when we are using logical operators and or not, then the operands will be a condition. Okay. It will be a conditional statement. And on that statement, for combining the two conditions, we use the logical operators. Okay. And then These logical operators returns a Boolean value, okay, in true or false. So let's check all of them. So let's check this condition over here. And so we are starting with the AND operator. Okay, it is giving false. X is 7 and Y is 17. And we are using the AND operator. So what we did, X less than equals Y. So this condition is true that yes, X is less than and equal to Y. So X is less than Y. But the second condition that X is greater than equal to Y is false. So that's why it's returning false. Because when we are using the AND operator, it checks both of the condition, and if both of the conditions are true, then only the AND operator will return true, else it will return false. If one of the condition is also false, then also it will give you false. So let's do what? Let's make this condition also true. So what we can do, uh, so now when I'll run the same, then it will give you true because x less than equals y. So yes, s is equals to y, and then we are checking for x equals y. So yes, x is equal to y also. So that's why it is giving you true. So this was the AND operator. It works when it will give you true when both of the conditions are true. If one of the condition is false, then also it is going to give you false. Now let's check the OR operator, okay? Now, in the OR operator, when there are two conditions and one condition is true and the other is false, then also it will give you true. So the only point that it will be false when it will get two false. So when you have two conditions and both of the condition are false, then only the OR operator will give you false. If one of the conditions is also true, then also it will going to give you true. Okay. Now one more thing is there that see in this case where both of the conditions are true in OR operator, so it is checking the first condition first, okay? And if this condition is true, then it will not going to check the second condition. On the first condition only it will return you true. Okay, so this happens in the OR operator. Now let's check the NOT operator. Now you can say that the NOT operator is just makes the opposite of if you are putting means this value was true, but when we put inside the not operator, what happened? It returns false, and it is means how to use the not operator. So you can see it is more often used like the function. Okay, so we have to keep our conditional statements inside the not, and then it will give you the result. Okay, so it just opposites the value, means whatever the value was, see in this OR operator the value was true, but when we use the not operator it just returns false. Okay, so we can check with this also, and the AND also, this was also true. Let's again check it, this was also true. Now when we'll apply the not operator in it, so what is going to happen? Okay, so it was also true, but now it is giving you false because the not operator just opposites the result. Okay, now the next operator is membership operator. So in the membership operator, in Python, there are only two operators, in and not in. Now, the membership operator are used to test if a sequence is present in an object. Okay, so it is used to check if an element, or you can say if a sequence is present in a particular object or not. Okay, so for this, let me take a list here. Okay, and in this list, let's just check that if 2 in A, so it will also return a Boolean value, true or false. So now it is returning true because yes, 2 is present in A. But now let's take 5. So because 5 is not present in our list A, so it is giving you false. Okay. Now not in is checks for the opposite. So if I just write like this, if 2 not in A, so it will give you false because 2 is present in A. So that's why it is giving us false. But if we'll do this 5 here, that 5 not in A, so then it will give you true that yes, 5 is not present in A. Now the next operator is identity operator. So in the identity operator in Python, we have is and is not. So use of these operators are that it internally optimize and reuse the memory for the immutable objects. It means that it checks for the memory locations. Means when we have two objects, so it will check the memory location of that two objects. Okay. Means suppose let's take an example. A equals 5 and B equals 5. Okay. And let's use A is B. So now it will give you true. Why it is giving you true? Because Python can internally optimize and reuse the memory for the immutable objects. It means that if A is also 5 and B is also 5, so for small integers, means for small variables and strings, Python just reuses its memory. Okay, so then it will give you true. And if you'll check for the equal also, and some people just get confused in is and the equal. They say that they both are same. No, now they both are same because this Python is just making A equals B and 5 equals B both at the same memory location. Okay, so that's why it is the is also giving you true. But when we'll take uh, when we'll take a list, suppose P equals, therein there is Q. Now when we'll check P is Q and print P equals Q, so now you will see the difference between the result. That when we check for P is Q, then it was false. And when we are checking that P is equal to Q, then it is giving you true. Why? Because for the list in Python does not use the optimization. Okay. And each list is a separate object in Python. Okay. With its own memory locations. So that is the reason that we have created two lists. So each list has separate memory location. So now because it is referring this both P and Q are at different memory location and they are referring different objects. So P is Q, this is operator returning false and the equal is now also returning true. Okay. So this is the use of the identity operator. It is used to check the memory allocations that if it is at the same memory and referring to a same object, then only it will give you true. And if they are at if they are referring different objects, then it will give you false. Okay. Now let's check the last operator, that is bitwise. So in the bitwise operators, we will check uh, the or, the bitwise or, and the bitwise and, which is for that, for the bitwise or, the pipe operator is used and the pipe symbol is used, and for the bitwise and, the ampersand is used. Okay, so let's see the use of them. So we have 6 and 3. So when we'll run our cell, so Python will give you true, 2, number 2. Why this is? Because let's check with an example. The binary means, first of all, the use of the binary bitwise operators are that they are used when operands are integers, first of all, and then integers are treated as string arrays. Okay, means in the binary form, in the binary digits. So let's take, so the binary digits means the binary array for the 6 is this, and then for 3 is, this. So now, and what we are checking for, we are checking for and. We have used ampersand, so ampersand is bitwise and. So now let's do the calculation. Okay, so for the 0 0, what we have learned in the logical and, that the and only gives you true when both of the conditions are true, and it will give you false if one of the condition is also false, then it will give you false. So same thing applies here also. 0 is false and 1 is true. Okay, so for 0 0 values it will give you false. So let's take 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 till here. Now it is 1 0, means 1 is true and 0 is false. So again, true false, true and false, so it will give you false only. Okay, now 1 and 1, both conditions are true, so now it will give you 1. Then again 0 1, means 0 is false, 1 is true, so it will again give you 0. So now this binary digit at last, which has 1 0, it is for 2, so that's why it is giving us the value 2. Okay, so if we'll change this to the pipe, now let's check. Now it will give you 7. Okay, now why it is giving you 7, let's see that also. Okay, these are the two values, one for, this one is for 6, this one is for 3. Okay, now let's begin the calculation. So in the OR, what happens? If one condition is also true, then it will return you true. So now for the 0 0, because they are false false, so that will be 0 0 0 only. But for 1 0, now one condition is true, so now one condition is true, so it will give you 1. Both of the conditions are true, then also it will give you 1. And if one condition is also true, then also it will give you 1. So now you are getting triple one. So triple one is for 7. Okay. So that way, when we are doing this 6 bitwise or 3, so it is returning 7 to us. Okay. Okay. So these were all the operators. Now let's see the precedence of all the operators. Okay, that when we are using the operators, which operator has the higher precedence. Okay, so we will see the precedence in decreasing order, means the parenthesis has the most value, means if there is, we are using multiple operators in a single conditional statement, then parenthesis will have the higher priority, then the exponential will have, then multiplication, division, modulus and float division will have the third highest priority, then plus and minus. Okay, then the bitwise and bitwise or, after that the comparison, identity and membership operators, then at last the logical not, then the logical and the logical or are the precedence, has the lower precedence. Okay, so these were the operators in Python, that how operators works, what are the operators, types of operators. Okay, so I hope you like this video. We'll see you in the next video.